Okay, so picture this. You've totally been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Standing on some busy street, you're hungry, stomach's rumbling,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to figure out where to eat.
Mm-hmm. Happens all the time.
You pull out your phone, maybe,
Yeah.
or you're looking at menus. But what's probably the first thing you do before you even go inside?
Looking for a recommendation.
Exactly. You're looking for some kind of recommendation. Now, back in the day, that was literally word of mouth.
Mm.
Your friend telling you about a great new spot or some local saying, oh, the pie there is the best.
Right.
But how's that changed now in this digital age we're in? Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Yeah, and it's fascinating because that exact scenario you just laid out, it points right to the heart of our deep dive today.
Okay.
Google reviews. They've basically completely reshaped that old school word of mouth thing for restaurants.
So it's not just about the stars anymore.
Not at all. I mean, the stars matter, sure, but it goes way deeper. These reviews are really shaping people's first impressions. They seriously influence local SEO rankings, too.
Ah, so like how high up they appear when you search restaurants near me.
Exactly that, which, directly impacts whether people actually walk in the door, the foot traffic. And what's really striking, the data shows pretty clearly that diners, well, they trust these Google reviews more than traditional ads.
More than ads. Wow.
Yeah, and even more than like flashy posts they might see on social media.
Okay, that is powerful.
Yeah.
So it shifted from just being, a nice thing to have to something absolutely fundamental for a restaurant's survival today.
Very much, yeah.
So if these reviews carry that much weight, what is it about them? What specific things make Google reviews seem more trustworthy to people compared to, say, a really slick TV ad that obviously had a big budget?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the core question, right? Our mission here in this deep dive is to figure out why, to uncover those critical nuggets of knowledge explaining this whole shift. So starting there with the why. What are our sources telling us about the psychology behind this trust?
That's a great question. And yeah, the research points to a few key things going on here. Firstly, it really comes down to perceived authenticity.
Authenticity.
People generally see these reviews as, genuine thoughts, unfiltered opinions from other regular diners, not some polished marketing message cooked up by the restaurant.
So it feels more real, like
And-
hearing from a peer.
Exactly. There's this feeling that these are real folks sharing actual experiences, good or bad. Secondly, there's the power of social proof. You can't really deny it.
Okay, explain that a bit more.
Well, think about it. If you see dozens, maybe hundreds of people all saying they had a pretty positive experience somewhere, that builds a huge amount of confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like getting 100 recommendations all at once.
Precisely. And finally, just the sheer volume of these reviews, the way they're aggregated, it gives them a sense of reliability that, a single ad or a single social media post just can't compete with.
Right. Because one bad ad, you can just ignore it. But a pattern.
Exactly. A consistent pattern of, say, positive feedback from loads of different people, that's much harder to just dismiss. It taps into that collective wisdom idea.
That really does make sense. So it's a move away from that carefully crafted, curated message towards more authentic, peer-driven opinions, just amplified like crazy by the internet.
Or got it.
So if trust in these aggregated reviews is that deep, how are restaurants actually adapting? How are businesses coping with this? It feels like just getting reviews isn't the whole story. They need to be consistent,
Yeah.
right, and good quality. That sounds like a massive amount of work for owners who are already busy.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge challenge, and that's exactly where we're seeing new solutions popping up, innovative ways to try and streamline this whole process.
Okay, like what?
Well, our sources point to different platforms, different tools designed specifically to help restaurants not just collect reviews, but manage their entire online reputation effectively.
So managing the good and the bad.
Yes. For instance, we saw examples of tools that can automate parts of it. Things like gently prompting customers for feedback soon after they've eaten, maybe via text or email.
Striking while the iron's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also tools to help them respond efficiently to reviews, both the glowing ones and the not so great ones, which, responding is really crucial for keeping that online presence feeling dynamic and, well, authentic.
Right, shows you're listening.
Exactly. So these kinds of tools are really tackling that challenge. You mentioned, how do you maintain consistency and quality control when you're dealing with potentially hundreds of reviews, but in a way that's actually manageable, scalable for the business?
Yeah, that's key. So as we've kind of unpacked here, it really boils down to the huge impact, the transformative power of having consistent, high-quality Google reviews. They're not just little snapshots in time.
Mm-hmm.
They're actively building, or sometimes damaging, long-term customer trust. They're crafting this digital reputation that really connects, or doesn't, with potential customers.
Absolutely.
And what's interesting is seeing how technology, like those tools we were just talking about, is stepping in to make this whole thing simpler, or at least more manageable.
Right.
Helping restaurants automate parts of collecting reviews, getting responses out there, which is so important for keeping that strong, authentic online vibe going without needing, a dedicated team just for that. It streamlines something that could easily feel totally overwhelming.
Yeah, it takes some of the pressure off. And if we zoom out for a second, connect this to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
the implications are pretty profound, aren't they?
How so?
Well, if this digital word of mouth, mainly through Google reviews, is now so central to whether a restaurant sinks or swims, and it's a key driver of consumer trust, it really points to a much broader trend. This isn't just about restaurants.
You mean for all sorts of local businesses?
Exactly. Any local business that relies on people finding them online, trusting them enough to walk in or make a call. So looking ahead, it raises this really important question, I think. In a world that's increasingly shaped by these aggregated online opinions, these star ratings, these snippets of text, how do we, all of us, as consumers and as business owners, how do we keep figuring out what's genuinely authentic?
Beyond just the average score.
Right. How do we build real connections, real trust that isn't solely based on hitting a 4.5-star average? It's definitely something to think about for the future of trust and reputation in this digital landscape we're all navigating.